Alrighty, so let's spotlight Harmony for a second. Where'd she go? Oh no, I stopped it. Hold on, restart your video. I didn't mean to turn it off. Harmony, restart your video. Oh my gosh. Leave it to Bessie and Messi to add a little humor to our class. Oh my gosh, that was too funny. Oh gracious. All right, so yesterday we started going over a few things. We started to review for our EOG and our benchmark. We're going to do the same thing today, so a lot of it is going to be independent work today, and then you describing and telling us how you made your choice and how you found your answer. Thank you again, Harmony, for that touch of humor with Elmo. That was fabulous. I absolutely loved it. It took me by surprise for sure. So I just want to make sure that everyone's video is on, that everyone is in their seat. You have used the restroom. You have anything you may need for class today. Jalen, thank you for joining us today, my dear. I will resend you this link. If anyone is to need the Nearpod information again, just please type that in the chat that you need it. You should not need the code after I send the link, but if you do, I will resend the code as well. All right, let's make sure we're not getting up without permission. Videos are on, we are participating. I'm gonna mark that Jalen is here. All righty. So what we are going to do is when it comes time for the EOG or your benchmark, yes, you will have the benchmark online. It will not be in school. However, when it comes time for the end of grade level tests, that will be in the building. As of right now, we are still having it. So what we need to practice doing is spending only 30 minutes on each passage. So I know I've been saying that to you all when we are taking a test, but the EOG is a timed test. You only have 4 hours to complete it. So if you're spending way too much time on one passage, you're not going to have enough time to finish the others. So what we're going to do today is once everyone is in on Nearpod, we are going to practice and I'm going to time each question. So there are 6 questions, 2 passages. If you think about that, 6 times 5 is 30. So each question should take you 5 minutes. I know ELA. I know my math too. So let's see. Okay, good. I'm glad. I hope it's easy. So the following people are in. Thank you, Amari. Thank you. Oh, ELA's Trinity here. Brian, ELA, Elijah, Jalen, Layla, Harmony, and Nevaeh are all in. If you are not in yet, please do so now. I'm going to send Trinity the information for Nearpod. All right, Trin, go ahead and get on to Nearpod. Whoops, I'm going to, again, mark that Trinity is here. Elijah says, put Elmo back in the screen. Oh my goodness. That would be a sight for sore eyes, don't you think? All right. Everyone is looking at Nearpod. If you see your name, you are in. Amari, you're good. Armani, good. Brian, ELA, Elijah, Emmeline, you're all good. Jalen, thank you. Layla, Harmony, Nevaeh, Quincy, and Trinity are all in. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to type to you your instructions. First thing we need to do always is box and underline keywords in our question. Second thing is find evidence in the text. Third is blind answer. Fourth is process of elimination. Okay, I would need to see all four of those things before you can get credit and move on. Capiche? Kaposh. All right, here we go. Jason, I need your video on. Layla, I need you in the screen. Quincy, I need your video on. I'm so glad Gigi agrees. Here, does Elmo agree too? Okay, perfect. Here we go. Your 5 minutes for the first question. It's almost like a game. Have you all ever seen Minute to Win It? Like you have a minute to complete a specific task. Okay, it's on Netflix. If you have Netflix, I think it's really cool. You have literally a minute to complete these little tasks. So this is gonna kind of be like a minute to win it. So you have 5 minutes to win it and to get all 4 steps in your answer correct, okay? And let's see who can get the most correct and the fastest doing all 4 steps, okay? Here we go in 3, 2, 1. 5 minutes on the clock. I agree, Monty. You and Juju are going to knock it out of the park. Same with Bestie and Bestie. Hey, Grandma, how you doing? Kind of like an escape room, yeah. Oh, let me stop my share so you guys can't cheat. Armani's talking smack already. She's like, why am I going to cheat if I'm already going to win? I better step up your game. Elijah's already off to a great start. ELA's looking good. Y'all already down to less than 3.5 minutes. Oh my gosh, people are already submitting. Good, Elijah. Make sure you have your blind answer and then you're good. Layla, check your answer. You need to do your find your evidence in your text, box and underline your question, blind answer, and circle. Brandon, that's correct. Quincy, check. Lydia, good. All right, let me pause you all for 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Everyone pause for just uno momento. Remember when we talked about central message and I told you it was in the fall? I don't think you were with us yet, Harmony. It was in the fall and I told you that we made up a chant about one of my favorite Starbucks drinks, right? Does anyone remember what it is? Okay, what is it, Armani? Do you remember? The 3 things that you need to find. Can you tell the class? 3 things you need to find.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Yes, okay. Remember?
Problem solution lesson.
Yes. Problem solution lesson. Pumpkin spice latte. Problem solution lesson. Pumpkin spice latte. Right? So when we're looking at something that has central message or theme, we have to identify the problem, the solution, the lesson. All right. So let's look at the text. Let's do this one together. First thing we need to identify is our problem. So we're seeing that good friend Abe and Joe Schmo, Jake, want to go out and play. So they know they're going to go out and play. We know the problem is that Grandma says you can't play outside in the snow in that light jacket. Besides, you don't have a hat, mittens, snow pants, or boots. So based on that, we know that the problem is that he doesn't have the right clothing for the snow. Now, the solution. Graham comes up with a solution. She says to Abe, look what I have for you. I have these. Okay. Just wait a minute, his grandma replied. I'm sure I can find a few things for you to wear. So, Graham, being the sweet old lady that she is going back and finding specific clothes for Abe to wear. So the solution is that Graham is finding clothes for Abe. Now, based on what this is saying, oh my gracious. Okay, based on our problem and our solution, we keep reading and what happens to Abe. We see that it says 10 minutes later, Abe returned. Brr, my feet got wet and turned into ice cubes. It's cold outside. Jake and I decided to play inside before I go over to his house. I told him that I needed to take a warm bath. If Abe would have listened to Graham, none of this would have happened. He would have been able to play outside. He would have been able to enjoy the snow. So because of that, we know that the lesson was listen to adults. So based on that, we know our answer would have to be B because it's saying listen to the advice of the adult. Okay. Problem solution lesson. You need to identify all 3. Okay. All right. Make sure you have this down on Nearpod. Grandma's are great. That is correct. Okay, awesome. Everyone has this down. Beautiful. Take about 30 more seconds before we go on to the next one. Yes, Jason, restart the computer and rejoin. Alrighty. Now that we have that one under our belt, looking at the same story. Okay, now let's try. Same exact thing you're going to do with the, but with the same story, but a different question. Okay, you're making an inference. Text says, I know inference, right? So I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. You're gonna do this one on your own, and then we're gonna go over it. 3, 2, 1, begin. Making sure we are doing all 4 steps. Quincy, make sure you're underlining and boxing keywords in your question. Check your answer, Lydia. You have no evidence either. Yes, Brandon, that is number 2. Good, Nevada. Good, ELA. Jalen, check. Tristan, I'm going to send you the Nearpod information. So please go ahead and get on. If you need the code, I will send that to you as well. In about 2.5 minutes. Elijah, you're good. Brian, I'm waiting on you. Lonnie, you're good. Good. Bestie and Bestie. Layla, check your answer. Nevaeh, good. ELA, good. Ivan, check. Jalen, check. Brandon, good. Quincy, good. Lydia, check. Emmeline, good. Trinity, waiting on you. Brian, check. Take about 2 more minutes. All right, take about 1 more minute. Go ahead, finish up working. If you have finished early, again, please type your answer into the chat box and be prepared to tell us how you got your answer. Good, Brian, but you have no evidence. Good, Amari. Good, Layla. Good, Nevaeh. Good, ELA. Ivan, check. You have no evidence either. Jalen, check. You have no evidence either. Good, Brandon. Good, Quincy. Good, Emmeline. Trinity, good, but you have no evidence. Ivan and Jalen, check.
I got it back.
Okay, I see that. I will send it to you in just 1 second. right. Brandon, can you please explain to us how you got your answer?
So, how I got my answer is that I looked down at the bottom and I saw my text, and it said, I'm not wearing those pink polka dotted snow pants. And then how I got my answer is I got A, and then I crossed out, and then I circled A, and then I underlined the text that I saw it in.
Very good, Brandon, yes. So if he's saying he's not wearing those pink polka dotted snow pants or those ugly boots, he knows he does not like the color or the design of the boots. So that's why Brandon said A. Very good. All right, let's do the same thing. I'm going to go to the next question, take 5 minutes. Those of you who are not following all the steps, you really need to be doing so. So when I tell you to check your answer, it's either based on your evidence or on your answer and your evidence not matching. If you don't have any evidence, I can't help you. All right, here's our next question. You have 5 minutes again. And be ready to type your answer into the chat and how you got it. Begin. Oh my goodness. All right, so ELA is saying that it is simple. So before she explains to us and shows us how simple finding this answer is, let's see what everyone got for their answer. If you said A, hold up one finger, B, hold up two, C, 3, D, 4. Amari, please get out from under the blanket. Thank you, sir. All right, ELA, let's pull up your work and you can go ahead and tell us how you got your answer. Hold on, let me find it. All right, ELA.
He asked his friend, "Do you want to build a snow fort?" And that's how I got B.
Okay, good. So ELA went back into the text and she saw that it said, do you want to come outside and build a snow fort with me? Jake asked. So based on that, when it's saying what are Abe and Jake planning to do outside, they are planning to build a snow fort. Very good, ELA. All right, let's do the same thing looking at question 4, cause and effects. I'm going to give you a little less than 5 minutes. If you finish before the timer goes off, what I want you to do is type your answer and evidence in the chat box and be ready to share out. All right, here we go. Probably a snow fort. All right, I'm having some answers coming in. Lydia said, because he is so cold, he needs to take a warm bath. Very good. What else are people saying? Elijah, check your answer. Brian, check your answer. Good, Monty. Good, Bestie. Good, Layla. Good, ELA. This is too easy for you. Good, Quincy. Waiting on a few more. Tristan waiting on you. Jason waiting on you. Better Elijah. Brian check. Good Nevaeh. Good Jalen. Good Ivan. Let's pause here, and I am going to ask someone, Ivan, can you tell us how you got your answer? King Ivan in the house. What is it?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so how I got it was I was just reading the text. Then I saw after arguing Theo and his grandma. Wait. 10 minutes later, A returned, but my feet got wet and turned into ice cubes. It's cold outside. Jake and I decided to play inside, but before I go over to his house, I told him that I needed to take a warning.
Very good, Ivan. So we were seeing that he got so cold that he needed to go home and take a warm bath before he went to his friend's house to play. Very good. All right, Brandon, this is coming to you now. Alrighty. Okay, so looking at the next question. Okay, I want us to do this one together. So I'm going to share it on the PowerPoint so we can all see it better. All right, so when we're looking at this, a metaphor is when we are comparing two different things, but we're not using like or as. Okay, so when we're looking at a metaphor, we are comparing two things that compare like or as. So for example, the other day when I was telling you all, it's raining cats and dogs. It's not literally raining it's not literally not having like cats and dogs fall out of the sky to the ground acting like rain, right? That's just an expression to say that it's raining very hard. If we're looking at this one, if I even just look at where it says my feet turned into ice cubes, so let's just go process of elimination. Ding dong. Would you answer the door, Abe? Asked Grandma. It's probably Jake. I told him that you would be spending the day with me today. So ding dong, and we are not comparing anything. We know ding dong is the sound of a doorbell, so we know that that's not going to be our answer. So we can go ahead and cross off A. If we're looking at B, they liked playing together. We're not comparing that they're them playing together with anything else. When it says they liked playing together, that's just a fact that they get along well, they like to play together. So we know that that can't be our answer either. B says my feet turned into ice cubes. All right, let's go into the text where we're finding them saying his feet turned into ice cubes. So if we look here, it says in the second and the last two paragraphs, after arguing for a few minutes, his grandma conceded. He walked outside wearing a hat, coat, and gloves. He wore his normal sneakers on his feet. 10 minutes later, he returned. Brr, my feet got wet and turned into ice cubes. Did his feet literally turn into ice cubes? No, they didn't literally turn into ice cubes. So this would be a possible answer because we are comparing them, how cold his feet are to the temperature of ice. D says Abe tapped his foot as he waited, but we're not comparing him tapping his foot to anything. This is a fact. So we know that D is not our answer. So our answer has to be C. Because again, his feet literally did not turn into ice cubes. We were again just comparing the temperature of the ice to how cold his feet felt. All right. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and clear my screen. We are going to go to the next question, playing in the snow. This is question 6. Again, you're going to have 5 minutes to do so to complete this. Context clues. Then we will take a quick 5-minute break and then go into our second passage. So you have 5 minutes on the clock, starting 3, 2, 1, begin. Check your answer, Brandon. Be very careful with this one. You need to read around what it is telling us. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Elijah, check your answer. Guys and girls, you need to look into the text to see where it's talking about something being light. Brian, check, you have no evidence. Elijah, you still have no evidence. Good, Armani. Yes, bestie. Good, Layla. ELA, I don't know what you did there, but I don't know what answer you picked. Good, Quincy. Check your answer. Good, Lydia. Good, Emmeline. Good, Trinity. Tristan, Jason, I'm waiting on you. Michael, check. All right, let us go ahead and quickly go over this. Armani, if you want to share how you found your answer, then we will do a quick bathroom break.
Okay. I read the question, then I highlighted my key words in the question. Then I went back to the text and I found my answer. Then I wrote my blank answer. Then I found my answer, then I circled it.
Very good, yes. If we're talking about a light winter coat, do you use a winter coat to start a fire? No. So you know D automatically cannot be the answer. Was the winter coat, the color of the coat, ever mentioned? No. So we know A can't be an answer. Do you use a winter coat to help you see? No. So we know B can't be the answer. The only possible answer would have to be C, weighing a small amount. All right. Let me have us. Okay, this is our new passage. Let's take a quick bathroom break and then we will come back and finish this. If time allows, we will do a Kahoot. If not, I will just send you on your way and you have a 15-minute lesson for homework. Don't get too excited. All right, with the last 15 minutes of our, yes, I am tired, whole group time, we are going to keep working on the oranges. This I kind of want you to do more so on your own. So we'll at least get 3 questions done. Then if time allows, we will do a Kahoot. Hi, Brandon's doggy. So let me go ahead. I'm actually not going to share my screen with you until the very end when we're going over them quickly. But before we do, all right, let's make sure everyone is on this passage, looking where it's talking about the oranges. What I want you to do first is look where it says, do you like oranges? That is paragraph 1. Paragraph 2 is talking about health benefits. Paragraph 3 is talking about parts of an orange. Paragraph 4 is talking about where oranges are grown. Okay, so we're going to take the last 15 minutes of whole group to work on this. Then we will work on some other things as well. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Your 5 minutes begins now. Okay, let's go over this. Looking at question 1, if you said A, put up 1 finger. If you said B, put up 2. If you said C, put up 3. D, 4. Beautiful. Yes, it should be 2 as ELA is working it in her screen. I see you, ELA. Yes, it has to be B because the second paragraph is talking about health benefits. So why oranges are good for you. We already saw it mentioned one type of vitamin. So again, it would have to be included with that paragraph about vitamins. Very good. All right, let's go to the next question. Looking at question 2, the outside of the orange. Thank you. All right, let's take about 2 minutes to answer this one, and then we will reconvene and go over it. All right, let's go over our last question for today. Looking at this, if you said A, hold up 1 finger, B, 2, C, 3, and D, 4. All right. Yes, if you said B, that would be correct. Looking at our evidence in the text, it tells us that under parts of an orange, it says it changes from green to orange as it grows. So under parts of an orange is where you would find your answer. All right, we are going to stop here with whole group today. You all did an amazing job, and we are going to go into some small group activities and a few other. Armani got all excited. She was like, see ya. Do a few things. We're just done with our recording for today. So very good job, everyone.